chapter 9 of Proverbs. So let's go ahead and go over here to our Logos program. The way of wisdom. And again, we're almost done with the introduction part of Proverbs. As we get into the other 2/3 of it, it's going to get into actual Proverbs themselves, the individual riddles. And again, understand this is the chapter and verse separations came much later. They were a medieval invention that helped to find places in the Bible, but really 1,000 years ago, and even before that, about probably about 1,400 years or so ago, there were no chapter and verse divisions in the Bible. And so sometimes that chapter, like here was chapter 9, there was no chapter division there. And it's a little awkward because it's continuing on from chapter 8. Really, it should have all been one chapter. But wisdom has built her house. She has hewn her 7 pillars. The number 7, of course, the number of completion, number of Christ. God created the earth in 6 days, and then 7 he rested. She has slaughtered her beasts. She has mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her young women to call from the highest places in town. Whoever is simple, let him turn here. Whoever likes sense, she says, come eat of my bread, drink of the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways and live, and walk in the way of insight. And then that's kind of the end of the introduction to Proverbs. And here it's kind of interesting. So the illustration or the personification shifts. And so wisdom is now laying a table, saying, come eat, right? Come and eat, right? And I think about Jesus, he says, I am the bread of life, right? And so this coming in consuming of what wise things, it's like a table that's laid out before you of all these delicious foods and things. That's how wisdom should be to us. That attractive. Hey man, this is I hunger for wisdom. I thirst for righteousness, right? Now, verse 7 says, whoever corrects a scoffer gets himself abuse, and he reproves a wicked man. He who reproves a wicked man incurs injury. Okay, well, that's true. I mean, if you try to correct somebody that's scoffing, that's somebody who's, they're making fun of you. They want to get attention, right? So, don't try and correct a scoffer. If you've ever tried to correct somebody, they're mocking you in a crowd, and you're trying to challenge them or debate them. They could care less. They're not looking for someone who's scoffing you and mocking you. Isn't looking to listen, right? And so you just kind of fall into their trap. So, don't give attention to these people, right? Whoever corrects a scoffer gets himself abuse, and he reproves a wicked man incurs injury, right? It says, do not reprove a scoffer, he will hate you. Reprove a wise man, and he will love you. Now, that's interesting, right? So a wise man wants more wisdom. So this is somebody willing to listen. This is somebody willing to learn, and they're thankful for, any advice you can give. Even if you're correcting them, they're going to think, wow, you know what? Thank you. I'm going to think about that. And that's a good thing, right? Give instruction to a wise man, and he will still be wiser. That's incredible, right? Teach a righteous man, and he will increase in learning, right? And here we go. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is insight, right? For by me your days will be multiplied, years will be added to your life. If you're wise, you are wise for yourself. If you scoff, you alone will bear it. So just really, again, the scoffing thing, we're in an environment right now where facts don't matter. People don't want to debate over substantive issues. They just want to scoff and make fun and threaten. And really, I have found that, if you're you're trying to answer somebody that's scoffing or making fun, it's not really worth your time. But if there is somebody who really wants to hear what you have to say, you sit down and have a cup of coffee with somebody or have a conversation, they're really willing to open up and to hear you, man, that's gold, and they're still around. Those people are still around. But this is why I don't really get into debates online. I don't get into social media. I mean, you see something and then somebody responds, and then there's like hundreds of responses to that. Nobody's going to read through all that. And I had to learn a long time ago that that's just a waste of my time. And so I spend my time trying to teach those who want to learn. Those who don't, I don't focus on that. I focus on those who want to learn, want to listen. I'll do my best to help them. Now, this is interesting. The way of folly. Notice starts here at verse 13. The woman folly. I pick a woman, not a man. Doesn't matter. It's just a personification, right? The woman folly is loud. She is seductive and knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house. She takes a seat on the highest place of the town, calling to those who pass by, who are going straight on their way. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. To him who lacks sense, she says, stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of Sheol. And again, so personification again, it's a device. You could say the man folly, the woman folly. It really doesn't matter. Gender is not important here. What is important is to look at folly, right? What is folly? Foolishness, right? Foolishness is seductive. And you see that today. I mean, look at how many foolish things that people believe today, right? Foolishness is seductive, and she knows nothing. There's emptiness, right? All kinds of empty knowledge out there. I thought the internet would be so amazing, and I'm glad that the internet is there and I could do things like this, but it doesn't get the most views. What gets the most views are just often empty knowledge, right? Just things that sure, there's funny videos and stuff, and that's great, but what tends to get so many views is just things that aren't going to help you. You have to kind of dig for those gems. So again here, just folly. Be careful, right? Don't follow the way of foolishness is what he's saying. And then we're going to go down to 10. So you can see here the pericope, that is basically like the paragraphs in the Bible, is titled The Proverbs of Solomon. And so this, like I said, the first 9 chapters is really introduction. You have personification, the importance of wisdom, all these kinds of things, the warning of adultery, and now we're going to get into the Proverbs themselves, the riddles, some of the double meanings. And so if you're interested, go ahead and click subscribe, and we'll see you next time, starting in chapter 10. God bless.